सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। हरिः ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्. We have completed 12th chapter in the previous class. Now today we will take up the summary of the same chapter, that is Bhaktiyogam. Bhaktiyogam belongs to the second Shatkam, that is the middle Shatkam of Bhagavad Gita. The entire Bhagavad Gita can be understood as 3 Shatkams. A Shatkam means a portion consisting of 6 chapters. First chapter to 6th chapter is called Shatkam 1. 7th chapter to 12th chapter is called Shatkam 2, Madhyama Shatkam, Pradhama Shatkam and Madhyama Shatkam. And 13th chapter to 18th chapter is called the last section or the 3rd Shatkam. So first Shatkam, second Shatkam, 3rd Shatkam. We have completed the second Shatkam and we are taking up the summary of the second Shatkam. Shatkam wise, there is a theme. If you look at the entire gamut of first Shatkam, in that first Shatkam, the Jiva Swarupam, in that first Shatkam, Jiva Swarupam was explained vividly. Coming to second Shatkam, that is chapter 7 up to 12, Paramatma explained Ishvara Swarupam. And in the coming 3rd Shatkam, which we have to take up after this, Paramatma proposes Mahavakyam, not directly but through explanation. That is Jiva Ishvara Aikyam. In the first Shatkam, we have understood the essence of Jiva. We have learned about Atma in the 2nd chapter. So like that, in the first Shatkam, we have seen various angles of Jiva Swarupam. Second Shatkam, we have learned about Ishvara Swarupam. Ishvara Swarupam is Ekarupa Ishvara, Anekarupa Ishvara, Arupa Ishvara. This is what we have to understand. Ekarupa Ishvara means Saguna Ishvara with a name and form. Anekarupa Ishvara is the very Jagat itself. That is Vishwam Vishnu. Arupa Ishvara means Ishvara in reality. Ishvara's Paramardhika Tattvam. Supposing you want to have bhakti, love and adoration on someone. It is possible only if you know that person, if you get acquainted with that person. It is quite natural. One cannot get bhakti, love or adoration to an unknown person, towards a stranger. It is quite natural. In the very first introduction, people say love at first sight and all that. So that may not be true in case of bhakti. As you understand a person, as you proceed intimately with that person, you can develop love, you can have adoration, you can have respect, and then you would like to be with him. The opposite feeling also is possible. If you don't like that person, naturally you don't like his presence. We are talking about the positive aspect of the human relations. So when a person is intimately connected, you know his weaknesses, you know his strengths also. So as you understand a person thoroughly, you like him, you love him, and you adore him. And this is quite a common thing in the day-to-day experience. This sutram, this principle, will work in case of Bhagavan also. This is true in case of Bhagavan also. You cannot simply have bhakti or love or adoration towards Bhagavan unless and until you know him intimately and you know him thoroughly. So with this idea, Paramatma took up the task of explaining Ishvara Swarupam vividly in the second Shatkam. He has explained Ekarupa Ishvara, Anekarupa Ishvara, and Arupa Ishvara. If you want patriotism, you should know about the country. You should know about the greatness of the country. Then only you will have patriotic feelings and you love your country. In the same way, if you want to adore a person, it cannot happen simply by a command. You should have a thorough understanding about that person. So much so, Paramatma explained very deeply about Ishvara in the second chapter. He also gave vibhuti, different vibhutis in Bhaktiyoga. Having understood Bhagavan in this way, we definitely develop bhakti towards Ishvara. Ishvara jnanam vina Ishvara bhakti na sambhavati. Without Ishvara jnanam, Ishvara bhakti is not possible. Ajnata vishaye bhavana naiva sambhavati. In an unknown thing, in an unknown factor, on an unknown person, you cannot have any opinion. You cannot develop any kind of, love towards an unknown person. So, this particular chapter is a natural flow of the previous chapters, and it is upasamharam of the entire Shatkam. Though it is very short and brief, it is a very important chapter. This particular chapter consists of only 20 slokas. In these 20 slokas, Krishna Paramatma gave the essence of Veda. That too in a wonderful way. In a way, one can understand bhakti clearly. If you don't study this chapter, people think that bhakti means doing puja and going to tirtha yatras, pilgrimage, going to pilgrimage and doing Nagara Sankirtan. This form of, we are not commenting, mind you. This is the only form of bhakti. That's what people think. Even I used to think. But once you understand this Bhaktiyogam, that too through the eyes of Shankara Bhagavad Pada, you understand the great scheme, the grand plan of Bhagavan. He connected both Veda Purva and Veda Anta in this particular chapter. That connectivity you can clearly see. And this particular chapter we can easily by heart. And if you know the meaning of this chapter, sloka by sloka, you can really enjoy while chanting this chapter. You can thoroughly enjoy the theme of Bhagavan prescribed in this particular chapter. So, in this aspect, in these angles, this particular chapter is considered to be the essence of Veda. It is not only that we are telling, Paramatma himself said so at the end of this chapter by using a phrase, Dharmyamrutamidam. Yetu Dharmyamrutamidam yadoktam paryupasate. Dharmyam means it is the essence of Vaidika Dharma. It is the essence of the Vedic way of living. If you look at the entire 12th chapter, we can divide this into two distinct portions. The first portion we can call it Bhaktiyogam, the scheme of Bhakti. The scheme of Bhakti started from sloka number 1 and it concludes with sloka number 12. The second portion, the second theme in this particular chapter is Bhaktiyoga Phalam. This is explained in sloka number 13 up to 20th. Now, the first two slokas are basically the introduction to this chapter. Before we take up the main content called Bhakti, Paramatma wants to answer the question raised by Arjuna. In the previous chapter, Paramatma explained Saguna Ishvara, and that Saguna Ishvara is all over this world. This entire Jagat is Ishvara. Ishvara is manifested as the world. Ishvara as the Vishwam, Vishwam Vishnu. Vishwarupa Ishvara is Saguna Ishvara. Because in the Jagat we have got so many gunas, so many attributes. So all the attributes of the world are the attributes of Bhagavan. So Saguna Ishvara in the form of Vishwarupa Ishvara, Paramatma explained. Arjuna understood Nirguna Ishvara also. So naturally he had a doubt whether Saguna Ishvara is great or Nirguna Ishvara is great. If this question is answered, then he wanted to take up the best. Whatever is great, naturally one would like to seek that highest form of Ishvara. So Saguna Ishvara is superior or Nirguna Ishvara is superior. In other words, Saguna Ishvara Upasaka is great or Nirguna Brahmajnani is great. In general, we see majority of the people are lured towards Saguna Ishvara. Therefore, this particular chapter starts with a doubt, which is better. So, Arjuna questioned, Yevam satata yuktaye bhaktastvam paryupasate ye chapyaksharam avyaktam tesham ke yoga vittamaha. Saguna dhyanam is great or Nirguna dhyanam is great. So, this was the question of Arjuna. What is the answer of Paramatma? Paramatma did not criticize Arjuna. Paramatma did not belittle him, but he answered very cleverly and in a hidden way. He said that Saguna Ishvara Bhaktas are great. Saguna Ishvara Bhaktas are great. He patted them. Then immediately he said, Nirguna Ishvara Bhaktas will reach me. So What is the meaning? See, he did not undermine, was answering all questions of Arjuna, though he repeated so many questions. So we should understand the inner essence of this sloka. What is the inner essence? The very question is wrong. Arjuna's question itself is wrong because there is no choice for a person. If somebody comes to your house, we usually say, do you take coffee or tea? Or we can say, do you take in a glass or in a cup? We don't say, do you want a glass or coffee? Both are necessary. If you want coffee, it should be in glass or it should be in a cup. So both are necessary. In the same way, Saguna Ishvara and Nirguna Ishvara, there is no comparison. You cannot compare. There is a Satta Bheda. Saguna Ishvara is in the Vyavhara Satta. Nirguna Ishvara is in the Paramadhika Satta. Saguna Ishvara is in the empirical reality. Nirguna Ishvara is in the highest reality, that is Paramadhika Satyam. So naturally you cannot compare both, which is great. You have to go in a sequential way. And you don't have a choice to take up one. Nobody for that matter directly go to Nirguna Ishvara. Nirguna Ishvara Dhyanam directly nobody will undertake. Everyone comes from Saguna Ishvara Dhyanam and then they escalate to Nirguna Ishvara Dhyana. This is the transformation. Without Saguna Bhakti, Nirguna Bhakti is impossible. Unless and until you come to Nirguna Bhakti, Saguna Bhakti is incomplete. Your journey is incomplete. Therefore, everyone must understand they must be in Saguna Bhakti initially. You have to start their Bhakti chapter, their Bhakti journey with Saguna Ishvara Bhakti. No choice. Thereafter, they will be matured and they will be graduated, they will be escalated to Nirguna Bhakti over a period of time. For some people, it may not be possible. They are totally lured into Saguna Ishvara Bhakti. So they can postpone Nirguna Bhakti. After some time, they can come to Nirguna Bhakti. How long they can wait? It may be 1 year or one life or many lives. It depends. But finally, a sadhaka must come to Nirguna Brahma, Nirguna Ishvara Bhakti. Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi Nedam Ididam Upasate. That is what Kenopanishad often pronounces. You are the Brahma. You are not the Brahma which you are meditating here. The meditator himself is the Brahma. The meditator himself is Brahma, not the object that is meditated. The person who is meditating on God himself is God. Therefore, the answer for Arjuna's question is, we cannot say which is superior. We need both. Both are mandatory. And there is an order. That order is Saguna Upasana first we have to do. And then we have to proceed to Nirguna Brahma Upasana. That is Nididhyasana. So, after Arjuna's question, Krishna Paramatma discussed two aspects. The first thing is, what is Bhaktiyoga? This is explained from sloka number 3 up to 12. Bhakti Yogam is not a special sadhana. It consists of number of sadhanas. And these sadhanas we have to do in a sequential way. And these sadhanas are usually 2, sometimes 3. But here Paramatma categorized them into 5. Jnana Yogam and Karma Yogam, you can say. Karma Yogam includes Upasana in this way. That is Bhakti Yoga. If you want 3 sadhanas, Karma Yogam plus Upasana Yogam plus Jnana Yogam is equal to Bhakti Yoga. In 2 stages, if you want to say Karma Yogam plus Jnana Yogam. Karma includes Upasana when you use only 2 sadhanas. If you want to mention it as 3 sadhanas, Karma Yogam plus Upasana Yogam plus Jnana Yogam. That is Bhakti Yoga. Now you should not say which stage is superior. If you take a ladder, there are no rungs for the ladder to climb up the ladder. We cannot say this particular rung is great. The other rungs are not necessary. All rungs are equally important to reach the target. You have to climb one after the other. Each rung has its own role. Then this 3-stage Bhakti Yogam, which we mentioned it as Karma Yogam plus Upasana Yogam plus Jnana Yogam, Paramatma in this particular chapter divided into 5 stages. He started with the highest stage and he went to the lowest stage in his explanation. But here we'll start from the lowest and proceed to the highest, reverse way. The lowest and the very first stage in Bhakti Yogam is Karma Yogam level 1. That is Sakama Karma Pradhana Karma Yogam. Sakama Karma Pradhana Karma Yogam. This is stage 1. This is the fundamental stage in Bhakti, which every Bhakta will start. Every Bhakta will start with this stage. That means we have got so many desires and we want these desires to be fulfilled. So we seek God. God is means and our mundane desires are the ends. Paramatma is means. So we offer certain things. If you do this, I will give you. I will put this much of money in hundi. Like this, we all performed our bhakti. Nothing wrong. We want good education. We want promotion. We want prosperity in the life. After our life has come to a certain stage, then we shift our wishes to our children. Our children must grow well. They must study well. They must settle well. They must get married. Like that, the mundane wishes continue. All this is perfectly all right. And this is called Sakama Karma Pradhana Karma Yoga. This is okay for a family man because he wants to do justice to his family. Paramatma said, okay. Paramatma said, okay, you can continue. But at some stage or other, you just give a halt and look within. Is it the only way we have to live? Or is there anything superior to this? Is there any further, better step? Paramatma said, yes, you go to the upper rung of the ladder. That is Karma Yogam level 2, Nishkama Karma Pradhana Karma Yoga. Nishkama Karma Pradhana Karma Yoga means you take up karma to help others, to do some good to the society, to do Pancha Mahayajnas, do karmas, do your actions to the welfare of the society. So this is the second stage. Then third stage is meditation, stage 1. In meditation stage 1, you meditate upon Eka Rupa Ishvara. That is your Ishtadaiva. Saguna Ishvara with Eka Rupam, your favorite God. It may be Krishna, it may be Vishnu, it may be Shiva, it may be Devi, whatever it is. You meditate upon Eka Rupa Ishvara. Then you further graduate and escalate to Aneka Rupa Ishvara Dhyana. Aneka Rupa Ishvara Dhyanam or Vishwarupa Ishvara Dhyanam means looking at this very world as Ishvara. Jagat itself is the manifestation of Ishvara. So when you are transacting in the world, you see the divinity. You experience the divinity of the God. Then that is not the end. You have to further escalate to the ultimate rung of the ladder, the fifth rung of the ladder. That is Jnana Yogam. Akshara Upasana or Arupa Ishvara Upasana. So, starting with Karma Yogam level 1, Sakama Karma Pradhana Karma Yogam, which is the very fundamental and the first step, it is very easy to take up this. Because by taking up this kind of bhakti, we can fulfill our desires. We keep asking people, do you have any experience of God? Then immediately they come with a lot of things, how God is graceful in their day-to-day life, how He protected them, how He was, showering love and grace to them. So this is all Sakama Karma Pradhana Karma Yoga, fundamental, rudimentary, nothing wrong. This is how you understand God is there. If you experience this, then you have a firm belief of God. You will not question Him. There is a power, a supernatural power. You submit to that. This kind of submission will be there. These desires, they are not only in this Janma, they are there in previous Janma also. In Mundaka Upanishad we have learnt, Kaman kamayate manyamanaha, saha kamabir jayate tatra tatra. So, whatever be the desire you have strongly, and if you die with that desire, next Janma, you will take up a Janma to fulfill your desire. So you do Kamya Karmas to fulfill your desires of the previous Janma. So Bhagavan said, doesn't matter, you start with your Kamya Karma and proceed. Initially, it is for the Yoga Kshema of the individual. Yoga means whatever you are not having, you get that. That is called Yoga. Kshema means you see that it is not lost. It is safe with you. That is called Kshema. So you want both yogam and kshemam. First we want yoga-kshemam of our life. Then we want yoga-kshemam of our family members. So we keep accumulating property. We, want to flourish in life. So all these things are the, outcome of this yoga-kshema. So once you accumulate, you have a fear how to protect it, how to safeguard it. So this way, you have, this sakama karma pradana karma yogam will continue. So what Paramatma wants to emphasize, you do karma in a karma yoga style. Do karma dedicating it to God. And take the karma phala as Ishvara prasada. Then karma yogam level 2. Nishkama karma pradana karma yoga. After struggling for yogam and kshemam for quite some time, then you get some maturity. There's no end for this. Then you dedicate this yoga kshema unto God, because you understand nothing is yours. Everything is God's property. Even if you buy a house, it is God's property and you are living in that. You dedicate everything unto God and you don't worry about yoga kshema, because it is God's lookout. Ananyas chintayanto mam yejanah paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktana yoga kshemam vahamyaham. So when you dedicate yoga kshema unto God, what is the advantage? You have time to take up the second level of karmas. In the initial stage, all your actions are confocal to your family and your family members. Confocal to you and your family members. It is more selfish-oriented karmas. In the second stage, you have got the maturity and you are taking up the karma for the benefit of the entire society. Para upakara karma. Nishkama karma. You take up Pancha Mahayajnas. That too you do it with Ishvara Arpana Bhavana. That means you do it with a dharmic mind, with a dedicating mind. So you do everything in a Karma Yoga style. Ishvara Arpana Bhavana and Ishvara Prasada Buddhi. So whatever comes to you as a Karma Phala, you take it as Ishvara Prasada. You don't brood if the karma phala is not in your favor. So because it is Ishvara Prasada. Then this will help you for Chitta Suddhi. It will process your mind. It will see that your Raga Dvesha, your Ragam and Dvesham are processed. So you have got the purity of the mind and also the expansion of the mind, Chitta Suddhi and the Chitta Vaisalyata. Then you need Chitta Ekagrata. For Chitta Ekagrata, you have to take up meditation. So this is third stage. First stage is Karma Yogam, that is Sakama Karma, Karma Yogam. Sakama Karma Pradana Karma Yogam. Second stage is Nishkama Karma Pradana Karma Yogam. Third stage is meditation. Meditation 1, that is Ekarupa Ishvara Dhyanam. This Ekarupa Ishvara Dhyanam is a meditation where you meditate upon your own Ishtadaivam. So, Ishtadeva Upasana. This upasana, you do it mentally. You are not doing it physically, nor you are doing it verbally. So in your mind, you imagine your God and do abhishekam, do atanga puja, do all manasa puja or manasa parayanam, manasa japam. All this is ekarupa Ishvara dhyanam. By this ekarupa Ishvara dhyanam, you get concentration, chitta ekagrata. So you have achieved chitta suddhi, chitta vaisalyata and chitta ekagrata. With this refined mind, you further escalate yourself to Upasana Yogam, second level, which is Aneka Rupa Ishvara Dhyana. This Aneka Rupa Ishvara Dhyana means looking at this very world, very Vishwam, very universe as Ishvara. The entire universe is full of God. Everything is divine. When you have this feeling, this Vishwarupa Darshanam, you can have. That means there is no enemy anywhere. When everything is divine, where is the question of enemy? Everyone is divine. So, your treatment towards the world is very compassionate. And the world also will be compassionate with you. So, with this Anekarupa Ishvara Dhyanam, which is otherwise called Vishwarupa Ishvara Dhyanam, you have really expanded your mind and you have processed your mind. Your Ragam and Dvesham are mellowed down. Kamam, Krodam, Madam, Matsaryam, all these, qualities of the mind, they are set aside and you have the pure mind, Chitta Suddhi. That means you have become Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampanna. You are qualified for Jnana Yoga. So to get yourself qualified, you have to pass through all these stages. What are the stages? Karma Yogam, level 1, Karma Yogam, level 2, Upasana Yogam, level 1, Upasana Yogam, level 2. That means you have to come to the fourth rung of the ladder. Having practiced this Vishwarupa Ishvara Dhyanam for quite some time, then you are a mumukshu, you want moksham. Now, from mumukshu, you transform yourself to jijnasu. Jnatam ichcha. I want to know about God. I want to know Swarupa of God. This is the ichcha you have. So when you have this ichcha, you come across a guru. You have to find a guru who is Rutriyam Brahmanishta and seek Atma Vidya. And you have to do Sravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. So this is the ultimate stage. And this fifth stage in Bhaktiyoga is the Parakashta. Swaswarupānusandhānam Bhaktiritya. Knowing your own reality is called Bhakti. That is what Shankara Bhagavad-pada defined Bhakti in Viveka Chudamani. Bhakti means not, the Karma Yogam, not the Upasana Yogam. These are the stages. And through these stages, you have to reach the Bhakti Parakashta. That is Swaswarupānusandhāna. So for this Swaswarupanusandhanam, there are three stages. First stage is Sravanam. Sravanam is the stage where you have to learn this Atma Vidya. Atma Vidya means about your own reality. You have to learn from a guru consistently for a long time under a competent guru who teaches you about Nirguna Parabrahma and tells you that Nirguna Parabrahma is none other than your own reality. So, initially you have to seek a guru who is Srotriyam Brahmanishtam and learn from him. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekshantite jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarsinaha. So you have to go to a guru and do Shravana. What happens to those who got jnanam without guru? Our intellect will not keep quiet. It will always question. We have examples like Ramana Maharshi. So, there are two answers for this. One is, they must have done the homework in the previous Janma, like Ramanujam. Ramanujam, he is a mathematical wizard. He did not undergo any school study, but he had a wonderful mathematical knowledge. So like this we have got so many examples. For this Shastra says, they must have done homework in the previous Janma. We cannot take them as standard. If you take them as standard, that means you are voting for knowledge without guru and without colleges, without schools. You are simply saying that you don't require a teacher, you don't require a school, you don't require a college. There you are accepting school and college and you are studying. But when it comes to Vedanta, all these arguments will come. Then the second stage is Mananam. So in the stage of Sravanam, you acquired the knowledge, you are informed about your reality. But that reality did not settle in your mind because there were so many doubts which are raking up and which are causing obstacles. So the second stage which is prescribed is called Mananam. During this Mananam stage, all your doubts will be clarified. In the Mananam stage, you have to analyze yourself, you have to relive the teaching and question yourself, why this, why not this way, like that. Or you have to discuss among your peer group. Tad Brahma aham asmi, aham Brahma asmi. So this is what Vedanta says, you are Brahma. But when I look at the experience, I feel so small and I don't have any miraculous powers. Whereas God has got all these powers. God is all knowledgeable, omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent. Whereas I am not. So, how can I say I am Brahma? This fundamental doubt will always linger in the mind of a sadhaka, a beginner. So this will be clarified over a period of time. Vedanta says you are Brahma in one particular standpoint of view, not in the standpoint of the reflection, in the standpoint of the original consciousness. Your original consciousness is same as the original consciousness of Brahma, which is the only a thing available in Paramarthika Satyam. In Paramarthika Satyam, this manifold universe is not existing. Ajayamanaha bahuda vijayate. Without birth, this Atma appears as many, Brahma appears as many. That's what Purusha Suktam says. Then Nididhyasana. So you have understood, then that knowledge became doubtless. Again, there will be some problem. That problem is called Viparita Bhavana. Viparita Bhavana is because you have got so many, over Janmas, you are nourishing the idea that you are small and you have to pray to God. Moksha is a sadhya vastu. Like that, these doubts continued. So, Jnana Yogam is Sravanam plus Mananam plus Nididhyasana. This is the three-tier process. First, we have to listen under a competent Srotriya Brahmanishta Guru, and then we have to do Mananam to avoid doubts and get doubtless knowledge. Then you have to stay in that knowledge. Aham Brahma Asmi, you have to stay in that knowledge. When you have to stay 24/7, that channel must continue, Atma channel. That means this knowledge should go to your subconscious mind and it will protect you whenever you have an issue locally. This is all about the first portion of Bhakti Yogam, which is up to 12th sloka. The second portion is Bhakti Yoga Phalam. When a sadhaka reaches the fifth stage, what is the advantage he can get? If that is explained by Paramatma, then people will go for it, vote for it, and they will try to pursue. Prayojana manuddesya mandopina pravartate. Without advantage, even a fool will not take up a thing. That is Shastra Vakyam. So, Aham Brahma Asmi, this jnanam one should get. So, Aham Purnaha Asmi, I am Purna, I am whole and perfect. So, what are the advantages of getting the knowledge? The first and foremost advantage is your ignorance will go away. Jnanasya phalam ajnana nivrutti. Your ajnanam will go away. Supposing you study physics, your physics ajnanam will go away, but not chemistry ajnanam. Chemistry ignorance will remain. If you learn English, ignorance in English will go away. Similarly, if you learn about Atma Jnanam, your Atma Ajnanam will go away. Atma Ajnanam is twofold. I do not know what I am. Atma means myself. My reality I do not know. That is my Ajnanam. So far now I am thinking Atma is many. I am different, you are different. But as Atma, there is no difference because Atma is only one. Atma cannot be plural. Atma is Ekam. Ekam Nityam Saram Satyam. In this Paramarthika Satyam, the absolute reality, there is only Atma, which is my reality, not there. This manifold universe is only an appearance at the lower level called Vyavahara Satyam. In the higher level, only Atma is there. So since Atma is only there, there is no Jiva, there is no Ishvara. This Jiva and Ishvara, these terms will come only in the empirical reality. So, Aham Brahma Asmi is true in Paramadhika Satyam. So, that fact I should not forget. In Vyavhara Satyam, there is a difference between Jiva and Ishvara. Jiva is small and Ishvara is superior. That continues. In spite of that, my reality is that I am Brahma in terms of Paramadhika Satyam. This is what we have to understand. Brahma wanted to have a company. He felt I am alone. I am getting bored. So, I want to become many. Tasmat Ramate Tadvitiyam Ichyate. That is how he has become manifold. This is how Brihadaranyaka says. The same Brihadaranyaka says, Dvitiyadvai Bhayam Bhavati. If you have the second one, you have fear. You are bound to have fear. If there is a second one. All this samsaram, all these problems, all these doshams, that is dukkha misritatvam, atruptikaratvam, then we have bandhakatvam, all these doshams are there in vyavharasat. At higher level, there is no samsara, no dosham. And that is the only reality. So, if you understood this, and if you revel in that Atma, it will act as a shock absorber in your life. So you can face anything in this world boldly. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogata atmanyeva atmana tushtaha sthita prajnasya dochyate. When you know that you are whole and perfect, you don't have any kind of mundane desires, because you know that you are whole and complete. You don't require any kind of local thing to make you full. You are already full. That fact you know, and you are reveling in that. So as a karta, you will be doing lot of things. As a bhokta, you will be enjoying lot many things. As a pramata, you understand many things. Now when you are a jnani, when you understand that you are a purna purusha, earlier you were doing all your actions, you are taking up an action because you feel there is something lacking in you. You are inadequate. In order to make yourself adequate and full, you need something. If I get this, I am full. If I go to this place, I am full. If this person is with me, I am full. Like this, you are pinning your purnatvam in a person or in a place or in an object. But once you discover purnatvam as your swarupam, you don't run for this purnatvam outside. On the contrary, you will be doing work. You don't avoid work. You will be doing work with purnatvam, with happiness, with fullness. So you will do it with full vigor and full interest, and do it with full responsibility. And as a bhokta, when you are enjoying, you do it with purnatva bhavana. So when you have this purnatva bhavana, as a bhokta, it is not always a joy. As a bhokta, you have to face the tunes of prarabdha. Sometimes prarabdha will give a severe jolt. So when you enjoy, or when you experience the prarabdha as a bhokta with purnatva bhavana, it will act like a shock absorber and you don't lose your temper. You are always in your elements. As a pramata, you always have that equanimity and equality. Mana and avmanam. So, respect and insult, both you take it without getting disturbed. Sukham and dukkam. So, Sitalam and Ushnam. So, pair of opposites you can handle easily. So, yetu dharmamrutamidam yadoktam paryupasate sraddadana matparama bhaktaste divame priyaha. So, if you follow this scheme mentioned in this particular chapter, you will, get the benefit. And so, such bhaktas, I love them the most. Is entitled for Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti. So, with this, we have completed the 12th chapter and also Shatkam 2. In the next class, we will take up Kshatrat Kshatrajna Vibhaga Yogam. Om Tat Sat Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudatyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.